welcome to Principles of Marketing. So for today, we will continue our discussion with the remaining topic on module number 3, which is all about consumer market opportunity and consumer analysis. So for today, we will start our discussion with the market segmentation. So what is market segmentation? So it is the process of dividing the market into homogeneous parts or groups. It is necessary to divide the total population into parts or segments with particular characteristics to identify the segments where marketing efforts will be controlled. So ibig sabihin, when we say market segmentation, ito yung pag-divide natin sa market into homogeneous parts na kung saan sa pagkakahati-hati nila meron silang common denominator or meron silang pagkakapare-parehas, okay? So, let me give you an example. So, siguro naman nanonood kayo previously or dati ng or even now ng Showtime o kaya ng Itbulaga, yan, di ba? So, di ba, sabihin natin, gamitin natin yung Showtime as an example. So, sa Showtime, di ba, as a show, meron pang different shows within the program itself. Meron silang tawag ng tanghalan, meron silang name it to win it, merong hide and sing, merong mass testing, meron dating Miss Q&A, merong Little Miss You, at marami pang iba. Diba ang tawag nila doon is meron silang mga segments within the show. Diba? So in short, when we say market pag naman natin ito sa business context, ito yung pagkahati-hati natin sa market natin. Okay? So, kapag dinivide natin yung market natin or hinati-hati natin ito into homogeneous parts, meron tayo ngayon tinatawag na consumer segmentation variables. So, ito yung mga ginagamit natin when we segment our market. So, meron tayong tinatawag na geographic segmentation, demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation, and behavioral segmentation. So, isa-isahin natin. Ano ba itong geographic segmentation? So when we say geographic segmentation, it pertains to where the population is located. So sa geographic segmentation, ito naman yung pag-divide natin sa market natin or doon sa consumers natin based on their location. Okay? So sabihin natin kayo nga ay nasa isang business or may negosyo kayo and then hahatiin ninyo yung market ninyo. So meron kayong market, sabihin natin within Luzon, within Visayas, or within Mindanao. So, hinati-hati ninyo per area yung inyong particular market. So, sabihin na lang natin na within Metro Manila. So, isa-segment ninyo yan based on their localities or based on their LGUs. Okay? So, meron tayong 17 cities and municipalities within Metro Manila. Okay? So, pag sinabing geographic segmentation, hahatiin ninyo yung market ninyo based on their location. Okay? Next naman is demographic segmentation. So when we say demographic segmentation, hinahati naman natin yung market natin based on their general characteristics. So it pertains to the general characteristics of the population. Okay? So this time, hahatiin naman natin yung market natin based on their characteristics. So it includes the age, the gender, income class, marital status, and any other pa. Okay? So, mamaya makikita natin kung paano natin magagamit yung demographic segmentation. Next naman is yung psychographic segmentation. So, it pertains to the general characteristics of the population. So, when we say psychographic segmentation, basically, it pertains or maaari din na magigamitin dito is yung lifestyle noong particular consumer mo or noong particular market. And lastly is the behavior graphic segmentation. Is the segmentation variable most indicative of purchase behavior. So basically, when we say behavior graphic segmentation, ito yung pinakamahirap na ma-identify. Okay? Kapag nag-segmentation tayo, hindi ito madalas ginagamit kasi nga mahirap naman talaga ma-identify or ma-trace or ma-predict yung behavior ng particular customer. Okay? So now, let's proceed with the target market. So when we say target market, it refers to a group of potential customers to whom a company wants to sell its products and services. This group also includes specific customers to whom a company directs its marketing efforts. a target market is one part of the total market for a good or service. So when we say target market, ito na yung specific market natin, okay? So sabihin natin within Metro Manila, yun yung total market mo, okay? Then sa Metro Manila, sino-sino kaya specifically? So yun yung tinatawag natin na target market. So later on, malalaman natin paano natin makukuha or malalaman yung specific na target market natin. Okay? So, yan. Aside from that, target market of a product or service is defined as its most probable and most logical consumers and may likewise be its heaviest consumers. So, yun nga, yung target market natin, kailangan natin ma-identify sila. Kasi nga sila nga daw yung pinaka-heaviest consumers natin. Na kung saan, once na-identified na natin yung target market natin, doon na tayo magpo-focus sa kanila ng marketing efforts natin. Okay? Kasi sila talaga yung alam natin na bibili or mag-a-avail ng product or service na ino-offer natin for them. Okay? So now, before tayo mag-proceed with the elements of an ideal target market, computein muna natin paano ba natin makukuha yung specific na target market. So, ayan, going back with the segmentation variables. So, once again, we have geographic segmentation, we also have demographic segmentation, then psychographic segmentation, and behavior graphic segmentation. So, now, balikan natin yon, gagamitin natin yon para ma-identify natin yung ating specific target market. So, in terms of geographic segmentation, since it pertains to the location, so bago pala yun, sabihin natin kunwari kayo ay nasa isang business na kung saan ang ino-offer ninyo na product ay energy drink. Okay? Energy drink. And then, in terms of psychographic segmentation, ang particular target market ninyo ay yung mga taong sporty. Okay? So, in terms of psychographic segmentation, sila yung specific target market ninyo, yung mga sporties. Siyempre, kailangan nila ng energy drink, diba? Kasi yun nga yung lifestyle nila na sporties sila. Okay? Then, in terms of geographic segmentation, ang pinaka particular target market natin ay ang Metro Manila nga daw. And then, ang population within Metro Manila is 11,278,564. Okay? Now, let's proceed naman with the demographic segmentation. So, for the demographic segmentation, ang gagamitin natin dito na information na kailangan nating makuha from our customers or from our market is yung age, gender, marital status, and then income class. So we will use 4 variables. Okay? So by gender daw, ang breakdown daw among the 11 million na population within Metro Manila, ang male daw doon is 49.3% while the female is 50.7% among the 11 million. Next naman, in terms of marital status, so among the 11 million, 31.1% daw doon ay single, while 46.2% are married, and then 22.7% naman are separated, widow and widower. Okay? Now, in terms of income class naman, for among the 11 million, 21.2% belongs to the class AB, 41.3% belongs to class C, and 22.4% belongs to class D, while the 15.1% belongs to the class E. Okay? Now, in terms of age naman, so 14.8% of the population belongs to age bracket which is below 10, while the 21.4% belongs to 10 to 20, ages 10 to 20, 19.7% belongs to 21 to 30, and then 17.9% of the population belongs to ages 31 to 40, while the 11.7% of the population belongs to ages 41 to 50, the 8.4% of the population belongs to ages 51 to 60, and the remaining 6.1% belongs to ages above 60. Now, since yun yung mga variables na ginamit natin, paano natin yan ngayon mako-compute? So, ang gagawin natin is yung population, total population, which is yung 11 million, times ilan yung percentage ng target market mo pagdating sa gender, ilan, times ulit kung ilan yung percentage ng target market mo pagdating sa age, times yung percentage doon sa percentage naman ng na target market mo pagdating naman doon sa marital status, ganun din sa income class. Okay? So ngayon, i-identify natin specifically yung ating target market. So once again, yun nga, Metro Manila ang population natin, which is 11,278,564 times. Pagdating sa gender and target market natin, both male and female. So 100%. So yung 11 million na yun, times 1. Okay? Now, in terms of marital status, ang target market naman daw natin dito ay yung mga single. So, 31.1% yung kukunin natin. So, times 0.31. Okay? Then, in terms of income class, ang target market daw natin dyan ay yung mga nasa class A, B, and C. So, yung 21.2% tsaka yung 41.3%. So, i-add nyo muna yon bago nyo i-multiply. Idagdag doon sa i-multiply. So, that would be 62%. Okay? So, times 0.62. And in terms of age naman daw, ang target market natin is yung mga nasa ages 21 to 30. So, times 0.19. Kasi 19.7% siya. So, again ha, balikan natin. 11,278,564 times 1 for the 100% sa gender times 0.31, which is yung nasa single sa marital status, then times 0.62 na combination ng 21.2 and 41.3, which is class A, B, and C, and times 0.19, which is yung mga nasa ages 21 to 30. Na-compute na po ba? 411,870. So, hindi na natin gagamitin yung 0.60 kasi binibilang natin dito is yung number ng tao. Okay? Now, yung 411,870, ilang percent kaya yon ng 11 million? So, divide ninyo yung 411,870 sa 11,278,564. 0.03. So, in short, yung 411,870 ay 3% lang nung 11 million. Okay? So, specifically, ang target market natin within Metro Manila na maaaring yung mga potential customers natin, ng potential customers ng produkto natin within Metro Manila based on our computation ng target market is yung 411 lang. Okay? 411,000 which represents to the 3% of the total population. Now, going back, okay, continue natin. First element daw is substantial. The selected target market must be large enough in terms of quantity and or total consumption capability. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan daw yung target market natin is malaki in terms of numbers. Now, going back doon sa example natin kanina na 411,870 ng buong 11 million or we may say 3% noong total population. Sa tingin niyo sapat na ba yung 3% as your target market para mabuhay yung business, makakapag-operate, masustain lahat ng expenses? Would that be enough or not? Hindi, di ba? Masyadong mababa yung 411,000 or yung 3% as your total market compared doon sa 11 million. So now, meron tayong gagawing adjustment. Meron daw tayong ways na pwedeng gamitin para ma-adjust natin yung ating target market. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin yon? So, balikan natin ulit yung example natin kanina. So, una daw is, pwede nating i-expand yung bracketing natin. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin yon? So, punta tayo dito sa age bracket. Yan. Di ba ang bracket na kinuha natin kanina is yung ages 21 to 30 lang, which is yung 19.7% lang, di ba? So this time, kapag nag-expand kayo, gagamitin na, i-adjust natin yon. So sabihin natin, from 21 to 30, gawin, ang kukunin na natin na target market natin is yung mga nasa ages 21 to 50. So, paki-add yon yung 19.7, 17.9, at 11.7. Ilang percent? 49.3. So, now, going back doon sa ating computation. So, paki-compute po ulit. 11,278,564 times 1 for the gender times 0.31 for the marital status times 0.62 for the income class, and then by age times 0.49 lang pagdating sa age. Ilan na in total? 1,062,192. So ngayon, divide nyo ngayon yung 1 million, yan, yung total niyan, doon ulit sa 11,278,564. So, lumabas, from 3% naging 9% na. Sa tingin niyo sapat na ba yung 9% para masustain yung business? So, kung hindi pa rin siya sapat at hindi pa rin makontento, pwede pa ulit. Meron pa ulit tayong another option para i-adjust yon. So, aside from expanding your bracketing, another option is magbawas ng sub-variable. Okay? So, paano naman yun? So, kung kanina 4 na variable yung ginamit natin, this time, magbabawas kayo. Okay? So, sabihin natin, tanggalin na lang natin yung by marital status. Okay? Tatanggalin yung marital status. Okay. So, ang gagawin dyan is 11,278,564 times 1, which is yung by gender. This time, hindi nyo na isasama yung marital status. Next is income class, which is class A, B, and C, which is 0.62. And then sa age, balik lang tayo muna doon kunwari sa 21.30. Sa 21 to 30, which is 0.19 lang.
1,328,614.
1 million yon. Then divide ulit doon sa 11 million. 11,564,278,564. So 11%, okay? So kung ikukumpara ninyo kanina doon from 3%, naging 9%, so this time 11%. Sa tingin ninyo, sapat na ba yung 11 million? Ay, 11 million tuloy. 11% para masustain yung business. Sapat na kaya? So, it could be yes or it could be no. Pero, kung hindi pa rin sapat sa tingin ninyo, the last option na po pwedeng gawin ay yung combination ng dalawa na i-expand mo yung bracket at magbabawas ng sub-variable. So, gawin natin yung combination of 2 naman. So, 11,278,564 times 1. Then, hindi natin isasama yung marital status. Income class, 0.62. Then, by age, yung 21 to 50 na ulit, which is 0.49. So, 3 million yung total nun. Divide nyo ulit dun sa 11,278,564. So, 30%. Diba ang laki nung tinaas from 3%, 9%, 11%, and this time, it's 30%. So, would that be enough na ba para ipagpatuloy ang negosyo, para kumita? So, kailangan substantial nga daw yung ating market. Okay? So, malaki siya in terms of quantity ng total market natin. Next naman is reachable. So, when we say reachable, it must be within physical reach to permit product distribution. It should also be reachable by various marketing activities. So when we say reachable, kailangan aabot noong business yung particular consumers or particular market natin. Mamaya nga may market ka pero hindi naman pala nararating doong yung pinili mong target market mo hindi naman pala nararating ng produkto mo, di ba? So nonsense din. So kailangan ang target market natin ay reachable, nararating ng produkto, nakakarating doon yung produkto natin or yung service natin. And aside from that, na nadi-deliver doon yung products or service, is kailangan aabutin sila ng mga marketing activities ng business, okay? So next naman is yung homogeneous. So must react similarly to a specific marketing stimuli. A homogeneous market is an ideal target market. So yung sinasabi natin dito na marketing stimuli, ito yung 4 pieces of marketing or yung marketing mix, which is the product, price, place, and promotion, na kung saan previously in our discussions na-explain natin tong 4 pieces na kung saan nasa point of view ng business, na kung saan ito yung magiging basis ng isang business owner kapag gusto niya mag-put up ng business. Okay? But this time, in point of view naman ng isang consumer, etong 4 naman na to daw dapat ang maging consideration niya kung bakit siya bumibili or nag-a-avail ng isang produkto or ng isang service. Okay, maaaring gusto niya yung produkto, maaaring dahil sa presyo kaya siya bumili, maaaring malapit lang naman kasi kaya siya bumili, or dahil sa promo ng isang produkto. Okay? So, yun daw yung pinaka-ideal target market na kung saan homogeneous at nagre-react daw doon sa marketing stimuli. Okay? Yun yung pinaka-ideal na target market. What is positioning? So, it is the process of communicating the image of a brand into the minds of consumers. The objective is to make the brand stand out in comparison to its competition. So, when we say positioning, ito yung process na kino-communicate natin yung brand doon sa mind ng ating mga consumers. So, doon sa ginawa nating activity earlier, na kung saan nagbanggit ako na pangalan ng mga brands, then by saying their taglines, na-identify na agad ninyo kung ano yung brand na tinutukoy ko, di ba? So, that's part of positioning. Then, previously, doon sa mga nauna nating activities, which is yung logo quiz, di ba? Na kung saan, nagpakita lang ako ng picture is like yung logo lang ng particular brand, alam na agad ninyo kung anong brand yon. So that is positioning. Okay? Yun yung process kung paano natin itinatatak sa utak ng ating mga consumers yung ating brand. Okay? Now, next is, meron tayong tinatawag na elements of a good brand position. First daw is yung unique. So a brand must select a position that is not currently occupied by another brand. So, kailangan daw kapag pinosisyon natin yung brand natin or i-communicate na natin yung brand natin sa ating mga consumers, kailangan unique to. Siyempre, kailangan kakaiba. Kasi nga, para mas madaling matandaan, mas madaling makilala. 'Di ba? Pansinin niyo through commercials. Lalo na pag paulit-ulit sa TV, sa radyo, sa internet, 'di ba? Pag paulit-ulit yung mga advertisements, mas madali nating natatandaan, at lalo na kung kakaiba yung advertisement ng particular brand, mas madali natin sila nakikilala at mas madali nating natatandaan. So example, sa brand ng gamot, ano yung pinakakilala ninyo? Brand ng gamot. Anong brand ng gamot pinakakilala ninyo? Brand ha?
By J6.
Hindi pangalan ng gamot, brand ng gamot, yung gumawa ng gamot.
Unilab.
Aside from Unilab.
RightMed.
RightMed. Aside from RightMed. Ano pa? So wala kayong ganong kilala, 'di ba? Pagdating diyan, 'di ba? So dalawa lang pinaka-common, Unilab then RightMed. Pero aside from that, meron pang iba. Meron pang Rhea, 'di ba? Not sure if generics, and then Pascualab, 'yan. So in the past years, meron nilabas ang RightMed na commercial, 'di ba? LSS pa nga kayo doon, 'di ba? Sabi ni Susan Roses, huwag mahihiyang magtanong, di ba? Ayun. So, di ba, doon natin pinakanakilala si RightMed sa kanilang commercial na kung saan napaka-unique. Ikumpara natin para yun sa commercial sa ibang brand ng gamot, di ba? So, sa ibang brand ng gamot, halimbawa magpakita na commercial, kunwari, Biogesic, yan. Kinommercial yung Biogesic. Tapos, sa dulo ng commercial, sinabi lang doon na yung product na yun ay gawa ng, sabi natin, Unilab, yan. So, yung ibang brand, kapag nag-commercial, sa dulo lang ng commercial, sinasabi na gawa yon nung kung anong laboratory yon or product yun ng ganitong laboratory. Unlike kay RightMed, ang ginawa ni RightMed is nagkaroon siya ng commercial na kung saan pinakilala mismo sila as a brand ng gamot, hindi yung gamot lang itself na sabi natin Biogesic, kaya ng BioFlu or ng iba pang gamot, 'di ba? Hindi ganoon ginawa ni RightMed. Kung saan ang ginawa niyang commercial is sila mismo as a brand. Okay? Kaya mas nakilala natin si RightMed that time na nilabas nila yung commercial nila na yun. So they position their brand na napaka-unique. Mas madali natin sila nakilala and then mas na-position nila na maganda yung kanilang brand, okay? By having that very unique advertisement, okay? So yun po yung sinasabi nating unique. Next naman is beneficial. The selected position must be perceived by its customers as beneficial. So kailangan pag pinosisyon natin yung brand natin or kinommunicate natin yung brand natin sa mind ng ating mga consumers, kailangan makita nila na kapaki-pakinabang yon. Ano bang makukuha nila with that kapag nag-avail sila niyan, di ba? So, kailangan makita nila na meron ding magiging benefit para sa kanila kapag nag-avail sila noong produkto. Okay? So, isa rin yun, di ba? Nasa part din to ng goal ng marketing. So, kailangan beneficial pa rin yun. And then, last is credible. So, when we say credible, so it means once a brand position is selected, it must ensure that it performs and fulfills the promise of its position. So, kailangan daw kung ano yung sinasabi natin sa customers natin, nakikita rin sa atin as tayo yung nag-endorse or tayo yung nagpo-position ng brand natin. Okay? So, sabihin natin, example, sa SM Hypermarket. Di ba minsan kung na-encounter na ninyo sa hypermarket, magugulat na lang kayo yung mga sales lady nila biglang hihinto, tapos papalakpak sabay-sabay, tapos sasabihin na happy to serve, ganun-ganun, di ba? Not sure kung na-encounter ninyo yung ganun. Di ba? Sasabihin niya sabay-sabay sila, happy to serve, ganun-ganun. Tapos makikita mo, sinasabi niya happy to serve, nakabusangot. So, hindi nagiging credible yung sinasabi nila sa kanilang mga customers. Di ba? So, kailangan para maging credible, kailangan nakikita rin sa kanila. Okay? So, happy to serve, kailangan, syempre, happy ka talaga. Makikita sa'yo na happy ka talaga doon sa ginagawa mo na pagsaserve sa mga customers. Pero kung nakabusangot ka naman, hindi na nagiging credible, di ba? So, another example, sabihin natin na kunwari, kayo daw nasa brand ng cellphone. Wow, kayo yung may-ari ng isang company na kung saan ang produkto ninyo ay cellphone. Sabihin natin, kunwari, Cherry Mobile yan. Then ngayon, ini-endorse ninyo, sinasabi ninyo sa market ninyo na maganda yung produkto ninyo, high quality yung brand ninyo, ganyan-ganyan. Then lahat ng magagandang features ng produkto ay sinasabi ninyo and kino-communicate ninyo sa inyong market. Then, ang ginagamit naman pala ninyo na sarili ninyong cellphone or personal phone ninyo, hindi naman pala same brand dun sa ini-endorse ninyo. So, hindi nagiging credible. Okay? So, yun po yung ibig sabihin natin. When we say credible, kailangan kung ano yung sinasabi natin sa market natin or yung kino-communicate natin sa brand sa market or sa consumers natin, kailangan nakikita rin sa atin as sellers of the product or the brand. Okay? So, yun po yung ibig sabihin ng credible. Now, let's proceed with selecting a good brand position. So, first daw is perceptual mapping. It involves the identification of a competitive brand's position using two variable axes. Okay? So, dito naman sa perceptual mapping, kaya nga siya mapping kasi nga magagamit kayo ng graph. Okay? Gagamit ng graph and then ipa-plot ninyo yung mga pwedeng maging competitors. Communicating brand position. So, the brand position of a product or service must be consistent and communicated effectively to its target market. The continuous and consistent communication of brands positioning to its target market is important to create impact in the market. The elements of the product must be consistent to the brand's selected positioning. So ano-ano po ba ito? Meron tayong tinatawag na elements of a good brand position. So we have the packaging, labeling, selling price, advertising, brand endorser, and then tagline. So doon po sa packaging, labeling, and then tagline, yan po yung ginawa natin previously on our previous topics and yung kanina, 'di ba? Doon sa packaging, 'di ba? Kung matatandaan ninyo, at saka sa labeling, part din 'to na kung saan nakakatulong. Sinasabi nga na label nga daw is a silent salesman, 'di ba? Ng brand na kung saan nakakatulong din 'to para makakonvince ng consumers sa para bumili ng particular brand or product. And also, sinasabi rin na nakakatulong to position our product. And then yung tagline, 'di ba? Kanina sa ginawa natin, through their tagline, nalaman na agad ninyo or na-identify na agad ninyo yung brand na tinutukoy natin. Then next is selling price. So nakakatulong din tong selling price to position our brand or to position our product. 'Di ba? And then also the advertising, 'di ba? Yung binigay ko nga example kanina, 'di ba? Through advertisement, mas madaling nakilala yung brand. Lalo na kung unique ang advertisement. And lastly is the brand endorser. So sa brand endorser naman, ito yung mga kukuha ng mga most especially or kadalasan ang kinukuha dito sa endorser, syempre yung mga celebrity. Bakit kadalasan celebrity or bakit nga ba kailangan ng brand endorser? Okay? Kapag kumuha kasi ng endorser, lalo na kung celebrity at sikat, 'di ba? Mayroon ng mga fans 'yan, may supporters na 'yan. Ngayon, yung mga supporters and mga fans na iyon, since sobrang fanatic nga sila nitong kung sino mang endorser na or celebrity nito, kahit na anong i-endorse niyan, kahit hindi nila kailangan, bibili at bibili sila niyan, 'di ba? So, part din 'yon at nakakatulong din 'yon to position our brand, okay? And that are the elements in communicating brand position. Now, let's proceed with the identifying and selecting competitive advantage. So, ano ba itong competitive advantage na ito? So, it is defined as superiority an organization over its competitor. So, when we say competitive advantage, ito yung pinaka-edge natin sa ating mga competitors. Ito yung meron tayo na wala sila, or ito yung ginagamit natin para mas mahigitan natin yung ating mga competitors. So meron tayong tatlong major types of competitive advantage. So we have cost advantage, differential advantage, and focus advantage. So with that, are you familiar with the three? Cost, differential, and focus. Yung three types of marketing strategies, we have the cost leadership, we have the differentiation, and then the focus, diba? Correct. So, yun. So, yung tatlo na yun, aside from using them as your marketing strategy, maaari ding yun din ang inyong maging competitive advantage against your competitor. Okay? So sabihin natin ginamit mong strategy is yung cost leadership. So, you are using cost advantage as your competitive advantage against your competitor. Na kung saan, ikaw yung merong pinakamababang presyo ng produkto or ng service compared dun sa mga existing competitors mo. Well, for the differential advantage, you are using here the differentiation as your strategy, and then you are trying to differentiate your product compared doon sa iyong mga competitor. And for the focus, yun nga, you have your particular or specific target market na pinagtutuunan mo ng pansin or pinagtutuunan mo ng iyong mga marketing efforts. Okay? So again, aside from using them as your strategy, you are also using them as your competitive advantage. Okay? And that ends our module number 3.